Hey everyone, I'm Cornercutting, and today I'm going to be reviewing and comparing the Valk 4M to the IS GTS 2M. These two cubes are, in my opinion and many others, two of the best, if not the best, 4x4 puzzles available at this point. I received both of these cubes from dailypuzzle.com.au, so thank you very much, and if you do want to purchase either of these at any time, the links are in the description and you can use my code TNLCubing for 10% off. First, let's quickly skim through the general specs. Starting with the Valk 4, which in this video I'll be reviewing the strong magnet version. This puzzle is one of the higher end 4x4s at 62.50 Australian or $40 US. It measures 60mm across, the same as the Wuchuei Mini. Personally, this size isn't quite as comfortable as the 61mm, but still it has its advantages. The IS GTS 2M on the other hand is a bit cheaper, costing 58 AU or 36 US. This cube is slightly bigger at 61mm, in between the original Wuchuei and the Valk 4. This size is, as I've said in my previous video on it, really ideal for me at least, but I do know a lot of others who enjoy it as well. Both of these cubes come in stickless and black, and obviously have magnets. Speaking of magnets, I'm sure there are some of you wondering how strong the magnets really are. Well, they are strong. To contrast, the IS's magnets are more on the lighter or possibly medium side of strength, but still keep the cube very stable and almost have a consistent feeling all over with the turning in magnets, if that makes sense. What I mean by that is that the actuation force of every turn feels almost the same across the inner and outer layers. The Valk 4M on the other hand is, I would guess, a much faster cube with less actuation force if it didn't have magnets, as in less force is needed for every turn. The strong magnets seem to be put in place to keep this more controllable, and this works really well in the outer layers, but the inner magnets feel a little strong and inconsistent for my liking at least. This could just be because I'm more accustomed to the ISU and others might enjoy this, but it's just something to look out for. So overall, the Valk 4 is a pretty solid cube with a nice feeling, but I don't think it's going to be my main for a couple of simple reasons. First being that it locks up during solves. This flaw is present for me at least, how I've set up the cube, so don't take this as a definite problem. I just find that throughout most of my solve, my turning feels restricted. On the ISU, however, I can turn as fast as I want and pretty damn rough, and no problems at all occur. So maybe it's just me being a tad aggressive, but the Valk doesn't handle that turning in my experience. And I think there's a pretty clear answer to why that happens, which brings me to my second point, corner cutting. For some of you newer cubers, you might not even know what that means. You see, back in the good old days, we had cubes that couldn't cut everywhere on the cube. But seriously, it doesn't get mentioned a lot these days, purely because it's a given most flagship cubes have great corner cutting. So really, I'm not sure if Chi just full on forgot about corner cutting when designing this cube or what. But as you can see, even on what I consider very loose tensions, it struggles a lot. I find this the most destructive when turning the inner layers during the last 4 centers, because if the layers are misaligned, it either pushes through fiercely, which results in me losing my speed, or just doesn't cut. The ISU's corner cutting is better, but surprisingly not by a lot, so why it manages so effortlessly, I guess we'll never know. Thanks so much for watching this review / comparison. I hope you get a better idea of the Valk 4M and my opinions on it. If you do want to check out either of these cubes, the links are in the description. I definitely recommend the IS GTS 2M a little bit more just because it's cheaper and performs overall better. But if you can, maybe try both of them out at a comp or just watch some other videos to see which one sounds best. If you want to see some more comparisons or funny skits I've posted, here's some right now. Other than that, please leave a like, subscribe, and share this video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all next time.